So now we have sanding stage of final microcement excellencia layer, and so here you already can see here is not sanded, and sanding you can also see. What is very important, because this is the last layer, very important not to step on any cables, hoover to keep like this on some cloth. Also to see that your shoes, myself I working without shoes, no flip-flops which can make dark marks here. Also knee pads, you also need to be careful to see if a marking if you work on knee pads. Yeah. So we give very light sanding to the surface, but you can see that now it's already very even. It's very close to the perfect level of microcement, and you can see that there are no application was made in the way that you don't see basically no joints here. So the technique of application was made in the way that joints were distributed, you see, in very chaotic but still very wise way, so they don't catch your eye. They are very organic, and the joints were made in very soft way, so not over polishing, because the joints is the biggest problem. And then if it's very visible in the end, it looks also quite ugly. So now with the sanding you can see it's not still final, but I was doing very fine 2 layers of color. I can put another one if the client will ask for that. And those are different techniques. If I apply thin layers, then this is the texture you will have, but this texture it will become also after varnishing and sealing, it will become very soft. We will see in the end the result, and now it looks a bit more contrast from here, but definitely if you watch from more close distance, you see all this what needs to be sanded. When you sand it, you're opening pores, you see, and then you have this, because this is lighter because it's open pores, but it means nothing, because you see this is only dust, fine dust. When you clean them, nothing is there. Yeah. And the last thing is, you see those black marks, they are coming through because this is 2 thin layers, and the second layer didn't cover everything. It covered everything properly, almost properly, like 90, I would say 98% it covered everything perfectly. But when you sand it down, you need to be very accurate, you need not to rush with the sanding, so then you have those black marks also minimum. So I have them here and there a bit, but when I'm sanding with my machine, orbital machine, come on, focus, yeah, like this. So I'm always looking till how much I can sand it, yeah, because the client doesn't want a lot of very visible overlappings like here. This is why I was working with very thin layers, so I don't need to sand a lot, but also when I'm sanding I start to expose those high spots from previous layers, and the black marks, they only if the client likes them, but technically it's not the best to be visible. So only tolerant percentage on the whole floor. It can be from economical perspective, yeah, because every next layer again requires more money for the client, but technically I would say this floor is already something like 98% from what I saw is perfect floor.